Hi everyone, I hope you all are doing great. So today again I'm up with one more video, and this video is actually the continuation of the previous video. We have started with Indian Contract Act and हम लोगों ने already समझ लिया है इसका introduction part, that is इसके कितने sections हैं और ये कब commence हुआ. हम लोगों ने already समझ लिया what do you mean by the term proposal, promise, consideration, agreement, what is contract, and in detail we started with the term proposal. कि प्रपोजल का मतलब क्या है, इसके एसेंशियल्स हम लोगों ने ऑलरेडी शुरू कर लिए थे. हम लोगों ने समझा वन ऑफ द एसेंशियल इज दैट यहाँ पे टू पार्टीज होनी चाहिए. विलिंगनेस मस्ट बी शोन. प्रपोजल पॉजिटिव भी हो सकता है, नेगेटिव भी हो सकता है. इनविटेशन टू ऑफर इज नॉट ऑफर. वी डिस्कस्ड वेरियस केसेस. Then we discussed offer may be general and specific. Again, we discussed the case of Carlyle versus Carbolic Smoke Ball Company. अगर आपने ये वीडियो नहीं देखी तो I would request you to watch this video and then come to watch the other part of this video. So today we'll basically talk about that there must be an intention to create legal relation. What do you mean by this? देखो, कभी भी एक ऑफर आफ्टर एक्सेप्टेंस कॉन्ट्रैक्ट में कन्वर्ट हो सके. कभी भी एक ऑफर आफ्टर एक्सेप्टेंस कॉन्ट्रैक्ट में कन्वर्ट हो सके, उसके लिए जरूरी है कि ये जो ऑफर है इसका इंटेंशन होना चाहिए टू क्रिएट अ लीगल रिलेशन. टू क्रिएट अ लीगल रिलेशन. What do you mean by this statement? Suppose father ने अपने son को promise किया कि अगर आप 90% से ऊपर ले आते हो, I will gift you a bike. So will you term it as a legal relation? Will you term it as that father had a legal intention to get into a legal relation? Father did not have any intention to get into a legal relation. This kind of arrangement is called as the social agreement. अगर फादर ने अपना प्रॉमिस फुलफिल नहीं किया तो यू कैन नॉट सू द अदर पार्टी. यू कैन नॉट sue. Reason being that there was no intention to create a legal relationship. There is a very famous case called Balfour versus Balfour. Balfour versus Balfour. This is a very famous case when there were two parties, husband and wife. Husband got a government job in Ceylon. In Ceylon. Wife wanted to accompany husband, but because her health was not okay, her health problems were there, so she could not accompany husband, right? But husband has made a promise. The promise was that I will pay you monthly. I will pay you monthly for your maintenance, right? कुछ टाइम हस्बैंड ने दिया, कुछ टाइम तो हस्बैंड ने पेमेंट मंथली देता रहा, but later on he refused to pay the monthly money. For this, wife sued the husband. Wife sued the husband. This agreement, this kind of arrangement was not drafted. There was no agreement. This agreement was not drafted, right? And there was no intention to create a legal relationship. This was just normally out of love and affection. उसने बोल दिया था कि I'll be paying you monthly allowance. So there was no intention to enter into any kind of legal relationship. So the wife could not sue the husband because there was no intention to enter into a legal relationship. This is a very important case, Balfour versus Balfour. We have a very important second case of merit versus merit. Merit versus merit. In this case, what happened? This is again a case of husband and wife. Husband and wife की एक joint property थी. इनकी एक joint property थी. They were basically joint owners of a building. They were basically joint owners of a building, and ये building, it was subject to mortgage. इसको गिरवी रखा गया था. It was subject to mortgage. Husband left the matrimonial home. Left the matrimonial home means उसने अपनी वाइफ का घर छोड़ दिया. and he started living with another woman. He started living with another woman. And वाइफ के कहने पे वाइफ के कहने पे उसने एक नोट साइन कर दिया. उसने एक नोट साइन कर दिया. ये लिखा, वाइफ विल पे द आउटस्टैंडिंग अमाउंट. वाइफ विल पे द आउटस्टैंडिंग अमाउंट. इस बिल्डिंग के ऊपर जितना भी आउटस्टैंडिंग अमाउंट है, वाइफ विल पे द आउटस्टैंडिंग अमाउंट रिगार्डिंग दिस प्रॉपर्टी. एंड बदले में मैं अपना ओनरशिप छोड़ रहा हूँ. बदले में आई एम रेडी टू ट्रांसफर द ओनरशिप in my wife's name. So my wife will become the sole owner of the property. Sole owner of property. Now, will you term this as a intention to create legal relation? यहाँ पे husband का intention था legal relationship में आने का. Yes, husband had an intention. इसीलिए there was a proper note. It was signed and every formality was complied with because husband had the intention to get into or create a legal relationship or establish a legal relationship. Yes, so this case is also merit versus merit is a very important case. Now there was one more case, Jones versus Padaweton. Padaweton. In this case, Mrs. Jones was a mother, is a mother of Padaweton. Padaweton, Mrs. Jones, Mrs. John is a mother of Padaweton and Padaweton का एक son भी था. She is a divorcee. She is a divorcee. इनका divorce हो चुका है. Now what happened? This mother promised her daughter. Daughter was already into a government job. Daughter was already into a government job. But mother asked her daughter to leave this job. Leave the job. I will pay all the expenses. I will pay all your expenses. All your expenses. Why? Why was such arrangement done? Because mother knew that Padaweton wanted to become a barrister. She wanted to become a barrister in England. So mother encouraged her daughter, you leave the job, I will pay all the expenses of your son and you don't worry about the studies also. Studies भी मैं sponsor कर दूंगी. आप अपनी जो इंडियन एम्बेसी में आप जॉब कर रहे हो वो जॉब को छोड़ दो, गवर्नमेंट जॉब को छोड़ दो and you can come and prepare for your barrister exam. तो डॉटर ने अपनी मम्मा की बात मान ली. She left the job. She shifted to England. She started studying for the exam of barrister. Mrs. John ने एक घर खरीद लिया वहां पे. She bought a house. She bought a home for her daughter. She bought a home for her daughter. One part of the home was let out. And इससे जो भी कमाई आती थी, whatever income let out से मिल रही थी, जो भी किराए पे घर दिया गया था, उससे पैडावेटॉन का डॉक्टर का खर्चा चल रहा था. डॉक्टर का सारा एक्सपेंसेस वहां से कवर हो रहा था. बट सम डिस्प्यूट अरोज बिटवीन द मदर एंड द डॉक्टर के बीच में कोई डिस्प्यूट अराइज हो गया. राइट, उस डिस्प्यूट के कारण मदर ने डॉक्टर को बोला, वकेट माय हाउस, वकेट माय हाउस. तो डॉक्टर sued her mother that how can you do so? There was an agreement. You cannot do so. तो the court held that कि मदर ने जो भी प्रॉमिस किया था, इट वॉज नॉट रिटन. फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल, आपने टर्म्स एंड कंडीशंस को स्पेसिफाई नहीं किया. ऊपर से मदर ने ये भी नहीं बताया कि कब तक पैडावेटॉन या डॉक्टर का या सन का खर्चा उठाया जाएगा. मदर ने ये कुछ स्पेसिफाई नहीं किया था. सो मिसेस जॉन डिड नॉट हैव एन इंटेंशन to enter into a legal relationship. There should always be an intention to enter into a legal relationship किसी को भी अगर sue करना है. बट यहाँ पे भी मिसेस जॉन्स मदर का कोई इंटेंशन नहीं था टू एंटर इनटू अ लीगल रिलेशनशिप. हेंस मदर ने अगर अपने डॉटर को वेकेट करने के लिए बोला, शी हैड द राइट टू डू दैट. शी हैड द राइट टू डू दैट. Yes. So this is all about intention to create legal relationship. And with this, we are done with proposal and its essentials. Next, we will start with acceptance and its essentials. After that, we can start with standard form of contract and its rules and regulations. Yes. So if you like this video, please do like, share, and subscribe. And thank you so much. Thank you.